That was You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates from the soundtrack to 500 Days of Summer. Welcome, one and all, to Film for Thought, live on Blast Radio.
First rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
You can't handle the truth!
We named the dog Indiana.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
You talking to me?
And here we go.
This week begins the first in an epic trilogy of Film for Thought episodes. So if you don't like Star Wars, you should probably just not listen to us this December. It's Prequels Week, where we dissect all of the worst moments and also the one or two good moments from episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars. Misa named Jacob Mulgrew, Misa your humble host. Joining me as always is my co-host, Darth Cerberus, aka Connor Mulgrew. Say hello, Connor.
Hello, Jake. How are you?
And our guest this week is the wonderful, albeit badly tattooed Lord Waltorton. Taylor Waltorton is in the studio. Say hello, buddy.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, of course, we have one more guest joining us in the studio. The soundboard of one certain Jar Jar Binks. So keep an ear out for him throughout the show. Before we begin the show, I just want to remind you that you can join in the conversation anytime on Twitter by using the hashtag FFTOnBlast or by tweeting us at FFT_podcasts. If you can't stick around for the whole show, don't worry, you can catch it tomorrow on YouTube. Just search for Film for Thought and look for our podcast. You can also chat to us live if you're listening, which you probably are listening live right now because it's live. You can go to uwlblastmedia.com/listen live, and there's a chat window in there. I'll be keeping an eye on that, so feel free to jump in and comment. So how you doing, guys?
I'm great. I think we already killed Taylor.
Yeah, did you weren't expect? We didn't tell you about the Jar Jar thing, did we?
You didn't. Why? Why would you do that to anyone?
Because he's our special guest. Don't be so rude. Right. So as always, we're starting this show with the newsroom, which is going to be a shorter segment of the newsroom.
So we have more time to talk about Star Wars.
We have more time to talk about Star Wars. So, big piece of news this week. We got a brand new Batman vs Superman trailer.
We did. Featuring Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Mixed with Abomination from The Incredible Hulk. Look, we'll get to it. But needless to kind of, if you don't want anything spoiled, don't listen to this segment of the show and don't watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Because it's a really badly done trailer, if you ask me.
Hey.
Personally.
Yeah, it's
the
not...
first minute and a half, great. Thumbs up to the first minute and a half. But the rest of it,
Honestly, mate, the best part of that trailer is Jesse Eisenberg.
I really liked it, right?
He
have
is
been
looking the best of them, but, I did not like the rest of what happened in that trailer.
Okay, so I've got a few talking points to go through.
Yeah.
So, starts off, how does Clark Kent not know who Bruce Wayne is? So he said Bruce Wayne's getting out of a car at this press event done by Lex Luthor, and Clark Kent is there as a member of the press, and he's like, oh, who's that guy? He's like, wow, you must be new. And it's like, yeah, you must be new. How do you not know who one of the biggest billionaires in all of Earth in comic books?
Who also has a giant, now destroyed branch of his
Well, that's maybe why he
company
doesn't know him, is because he doesn't know
Metropolis.
because he can't see the Wayne Tower because
he was too
knocked it
busy
down.
literally killing dozens of people.
Literally dozens.
Literally snapping General Zod's neck at the time.
Spoiler alert for Man of Steel.
Oh,
2030.
yeah, sorry.
No, I think Taylor was making a joke at the expense of the news article from the first Batman vs.
Oh,
Superman trailer that said,
Dozens killed.
Dozens killed, and it's like the
Dozens
burned-down
killed when the whole
metropolis.
city has been brought to the goddamn ground.
So, yeah. So, there was some cool Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne banter in the beginning of the trailer.
Banter.
What did you think of the banter?
It's cheeky.
Proper cheeky. It was Superman was like, all right, Batman, I know you're Batman, mate. Do you want to go for a cheeky Nando's? And he was like, sand in it.
Mate.
I was making a joke. I want to slap you.
Cheeky.
It was proper shady.
They were throwing some serious shade.
Yeah, but it also felt really, really forced.
I disagree. I think it felt...
Really?
I think it's the exact kind of way that two people who knew each other's secret identities would behave in public if they were trying to let the other one know that they knew their secret
the other
identity.
one and everyone around them.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was a fan of there was a really cool line where it's like, maybe it's just the Gotham kid in me, but we have a bit of a bad history
that was a cool line.
with freaks dressed as clowns.
That was
obviously referencing
that
the Joker.
was a cool line. I've got a feeling though that there's another line that's going to turn into one of those like really over and misquoted things. Like, you know, the whole definition of insanity quote has now been attributed to just about everyone on the internet.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the whole psychotic is a 3-letter word that
What even are you saying? I don't remember this line from the trailer.
Lex Luthor says when Lois Lane calls him psychotic, he says it's a 3-letter word, 3-syllable word to help
Morons?
I think it's a help. I can't remember now.
There's a quote.
It's going to get misquoted.
Ironically.
Yeah, I know, right? Shut up.
So we kind of alluded to this at the beginning of when we started talking about this, but this trailer introduced a character that everyone expected was going to be in the film, but wasn't confirmed, and it pretty much confirmed the way that he comes into the film. We're referring, of course, to Doomsday. Now, for those of you who don't know, Doomsday is a character in the comics. He is Kryptonian in origin. He's basically like a big Kryptonian rock monster zombie.
One of the coolest DC characters.
And in this trailer, looks like a cross between Marvel, The Incredible Hulk's Abomination, and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Would you say that's fair?
That's perfectly fair.
I mean, there's
the problem I'm having with it is that, like, clearly what happened was they thought, oh, we're making this from essentially the corpse of Michael Shannon, because that's how they bring it back.
That is how they're doing it. So they've got General Zod.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's got General Zod's body, and he's going to enhance him and make it some kind of Frankenstein thing. And the whole sequence looked really odd and very Mary Shelley-esque.
Yeah.
Very Frankenstein.
The problem with it is clearly with the CG, they've decided to keep it so that it looks like Michael Shannon, which
Is that true? Would you say that?
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely what has caused this face thing.
No, I can't see Michael Shannon.
I will get the picture up.
Okay.
He looks like Morph on steroids.
Morph is in the
clay thing. From
the clay thing.
Was it Art Attack?
Yeah, I want to say it was bound to be
one of those shows.
But yeah, so it's very weird that they would reveal this in the trailer, because the film is called Batman vs Superman, right? And that's the conflict. So why would they show us...
Sorry, the picture's up there for you.
Yeah, I guess I kind of see what you mean with the Michael Shannon
with like
thing.
the chin shape and everything. Yeah. And just it's a vague representation, but the point is they've gone really far away from what Doomsday is supposed to look like.
Yeah, it doesn't
which
look
is
like
nothing like this.
He's missing like the beard of spikes. He's less spikes. It's just weird.
Oh God, he looks weird because they shaved him.
Effectively, yeah.
Even Kryptonian zombie things are not immune to that curse.
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know the comics, Doomsday is the creature that kills Superman in the comics. Not for long, obviously, because no one stays dead. But this is a problem I have, is that basically he's going to be a third act villain who shows up in the third act, and he'll be defeated by the end of the third act, and it'll be another really wasted character. And also, you won't get to develop the whole...
Also, do you love that part where Doomsday is in Ghost Rider?
Oh, yeah, and he, like, flame eyes. No, see, that's something that bothers me as well.
That's not... No.
Why does Batman throw his hands up to cover his face when Doomsday shoots his laser eyes? Like that's going to help. Batman's a smart dude. He probably has an ejector seat in his Batmobile, which is what he's sat in. Just press the ejector seat button, buddy. It's not that hard. But yeah, so the fact that they introduced it basically confirms that, I mean, anyone who didn't think this was going to happen was kind of silly anyway, but it basically confirmed that by the end of Act 2, Superman and Batman are going to be all buddy-buddy, and the Wonder Woman's going to show up, and then they're all going to fight Doomsday, which was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen, but why are they showing it in the trailer?
I don't know.
See, I know that because I understand films.
This is the same route that Prometheus went down. You remember the big hype about Prometheus, and then the final trailer came out, and everyone went, well, I know what the film's going to be about now. I've basically watched the film in that trailer.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched Prometheus, but...
Well, no, even if you watch the trailer, you just go, oh, all right.
Okay.
So it's the same with this. You've watched the trailer and go, all right, so they're cool. Oh, Doomsday's there. All right. Oh, Lex Luthor's there. Oh,
one other quick thing, other than the fact that they have, seriously kind of misused Doomsday.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you not think that, I've got the picture up there for you as well. Do you not think that now, we were all very confident with the Batman outfit. Do you not think next to Superman and Wonder Woman's outfits there, Batman's outfit now kind of looks a bit odd?
Nope.
No, I like it. I still like it.
You still like it?
I still 100% am with it.
My only problem is he can't move his neck much.
Yeah, we're back to that whole old
80s
Burton-y issue of not being able to move your neck, which is difficult when you're supposed to be fighting and things.
Yeah.
Even Adam West could move his neck. What is
Even
this?
Adam West could move his neck.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of other things Adam West could do, like
Bat shark repellent.
sharks. Yeah. Bark?
Bat shark repellent.
Bat shark
not
repellent.
bark repellent, which I assume is just a spray to get rid of dogs. So Wonder Woman is in this trailer.
Good.
Yep.
We see her in costume. What do you think?
She looks good in costume. She looks convincing as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I was nervous when they cast Gal Gadot, if I'm honest,
Yeah.
because she's a model first, then an actress.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's the way it was. Obviously,
We
it
had
seems
issues where we were worried that she wasn't going to bulk up enough.
I guess it
I'm
doesn't. Now that
still-
I'm seeing it, I still think she's a little lanky, but
yeah,
it's not all about image. I guess
that's what I was going to say. Is that like she looks convincing as the character.
She
does
looks
not
tough.
She does not look bulky enough.
but
She, like
it's not all about the looks. It's
No,
about
true.
the performance. So I guess I'll have to. You don't see a lot of her performance
No.
in this, so I'm gonna have to reserve judgment.
Also, still no Aquaman. Damn it!
Yeah, no Aquaman.
I'm getting
Cyborg,
tired of this.
Flash.
Cyborg isn't in this, but I'm not sure Cyborg is in this film. I know he's been cast. The Flash, I don't think is in this film, but I know he's been cast.
Aquaman, we know is
Aquaman
in this
is
film
in the
and has
film.
been cast,
Yeah,
and we've seen him in outfit in a promo image, but that's it.
yeah. Also,
Which
there
makes
is
me
a
worried he's going to be in it for all of about 20 seconds.
there is a guy. So there's ground. They've got Ground Zero in this trailer of the Metropolis accident, which has the giant statue of Superman.
yeah.
Next to the giant statue of Superman is a gentleman in a wheelchair in the shot, which people it's hard to make out, but Scoot McNairy is playing a character in the film who, for some reason, when you see set photos of him, he has green screen stockings, like the bottom of his legs are, I assume, are going to be prosthetic. So I don't know who he's playing, but I assume that character was that. Just a guess. I don't know who the character is yet.
Okay.
But that'll be interesting to see develop. So, this gives us a little bit of a better look at Batman. How do you rank this Batman, what you've seen of this Batman against the Christopher Nolan Batman?
Against Christopher Nolan Batman specifically, I think that he makes a more convincing Batman, but a less convincing Bruce Wayne, honestly.
I disagree.
Yeah?
I disagree. I would say he makes a pretty good Bruce Wayne. He's got that kind of suave. He's got rid of the Bostonite about him.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I still have this image in my head of Batman being this, like, major Bruce Wayne specifically being this major philanthropist type, like, really pushing away from Batman's identity with his secret identity. But the problem is that, in this case, Ben Affleck still feels like he's Batman when he's not in the Batsuit.
I suppose. Taylor? Comparisons to...
I don't
Christopher
know.
Nolan?
Like, I like Ben Affleck in this. He seems angry, and that's what we like. If we get down to it, that is what Batman is. He's just this angry child still trying to avenge his parents' death, and that's what he is. He just seems angry, and I love it.
Yeah, he's got that very dark... But I suppose if they've been drawing inspiration from Frank Miller's run on Batman, then I suppose it makes sense that he's this kind of older, more brooding, dark man.
And especially after the Jason Todd death. Like
yeah, which
Robin.
obviously is in the...
So,
is
like, this is going to be
bound to be
great.
part of that universe. Are you looking forward to seeing that explored more? I hope they go in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
So-
want a Robin. A good one.
I want to see a Robin in the film. Not like a bird.
Like,
I
and his
mean,
costume wasn't too bad either, was it?
it didn't look that bad. But
Yeah.
it looked like a statue. I don't know.
Looks very Zack Schneider.
Yeah. So that's it for Batman vs Superman trailer. Overall, thumbs up or thumbs down? Let's go around the room.
I'm going to go with thumbs up.
Okay, Taylor?
Thumbs up.
I'm going to go thumbs down.
Yeah?
It gave away too much for me.
See, the thing is, I feel like I had more negative to say about that than you did.
No, I've just been quite reserved.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of leading
Devil's
the
advocate.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So check it out if you want the entire film spoiled. If you don't want to go see the film, it's a great way to get the Spark Notes version. So, the next piece of news for today, Peter Jackson, on his Facebook page last Saturday, or Sunday, dropped hints about directing an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's cool.
so excited.
See, but the thing is, he's directing modern Doctor Who, and he's probably not writing it, so...
True.
And the problem is with the writing at the minute. It's not, like, I'm fine with the direction that...
Look, the point is that, like, we know Peter Jackson is a great director. Like,
I'm not a fan of The Hobbit.
Pre-2010.
yeah,
No, I'm
okay.
not a fan of The Hobbit.
Okay, but at the same time, the more cartoonish, energetic art style is probably what they're going for with Doctor Who at the moment,
I suppose.
as we've seen with the past couple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think he'd be really suited for this particular Doctor?
I don't know. So what's he going to be doing? He's going to be doing like the season premiere, do we think?
Clearly what he's doing is making fun of Stephen Moffat. Did you watch that announcement?
Yeah, he did.
It was great.
It was
He made
amazing.
Stephen Moffat seem like he was just crying and begging.
Yeah. Oh, it
Um,
was fantastic. And I like to think that's actually how it went down, too.
It probably was.
Except without the intervention of the
The
Doctor.
Dalek and the Doctor.
And the Doctor, yeah.
Yeah,
The Dalek. The Doctor and the Doctor, yeah. Good job, Colin.
So yeah, what do you? So let's play a little game. What monster pre-existing in the Doctor Who universe do you think would be best for Peter Jackson to direct?
Oh, that's actually a tough question.
No, it isn't.
No,
Weeping Angels. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I feel like
that's
Weeping
more
Angels
of a horror.
is...
I think if you got a horror director, I'd be saying
Yeah,
Weeping
Guillermo del
Angels.
Yeah, but it's
Toro,
like-
Weeping Angels.
It's
Oh, yeah, sure.
horror thriller, like, and he's pretty good with action thrillers. I like.
Okay, basically what you said there was, oh yeah, it's this genre. He's pretty good at a completely different genre, so why not? No, I don't think Weeping Angels. I think that's like if Guillermo del Toro was going to do an episode.
That would be
That-
interesting.
That would
That
be
would
so
be-
interesting. I mean, if he can do a Simpsons couch gag,
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro can take the time.
Yeah,
And do.
but Peter Jackson specifically, I feel like it would need to be like a classic villain.
So like Dalek or
Yeah.
Cyberman.
Something with a lot of backstory that we already know, like established, like a lot that they could go into, because he's very good at like creating this sense of like structure, I guess, with
Yeah.
his backstory. It's fun. Look, I'm rambling. Shut me up.
So
Please.
tomorrow is the season finale of series 9
Yeah.
of Doctor Who. Last week's episode was pretty good. So are we excited for this week?
Oh yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous. I've still got my apprehensions because every time we go back to Gallifrey,
Yeah.
there is always something about the episode that really gripes with me.
Do you not think it's an interesting dynamic though that we started the season on Skaro and have ended it on Gallifrey?
I think that's an interesting way to think about it.
Yeah.
But I think what bothers me the most is that at the end of the last episode, spoiler alert for last week's Doctor Who, you should have watched it by now.
Yep.
It's not our fault that you didn't. So the end of the episode, he's like, "Oh yeah, the hybrid. It's me, and I'm here to destroy Gallifrey." I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You've spent
Okay.
Like you
so
spent,
long.
You spent years and years and years. You trying to get it back, and you trying to find it.
Yeah.
Now suddenly, because they killed Clara, you're like, okay, everyone on this planet needs to die
Right.
again.
They didn't kill Clara. She was an idiot. Right.
Yeah, to be fair.
I get the feeling like he is going back to the way we saw David Tennant at the end of his run, where it was like, okay, look, this is me, this is my job. I am in charge of time now. Like, and he's
See,
going to
that
try and
works
screw
with David
with the.
Tennant because he spent most of
Yeah.
his time being like, I'm not in charge.
Yeah, no.
I'm not involved in the rules. But Capaldi's kind of been that through. There's no development in character. He is kind of like that.
But
he is
I feel like
I can
this,
do what I want.
I feel like this is him looking for a way around the rules, though, a way to bring back Clara.
No,
in
I
which
think-
case, I want them to not do that.
No, here's how I will tear down your argument just there. So Capaldi in the episode where he saves Maisie Williams' character, a shielder. The end of that is him looking at his reflection. He remembers the face of the guy from Pompeii, and that's obviously it was played by Peter Capaldi. And he says the reason that he chose this face was to remind him that he can mess with time and he can save people. Like there's no character development if suddenly he's like, oh, now I'm gonna do mess with time.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to
what
see
it comes
tomorrow.
down to.
We might be doing a review over the weekend, so that might be up Sunday night.
I will say that the reason I'm nervous for it is the fact that it's been good episode, and now the finale. I'm really worried that they're going to screw with that because
I actually didn't think the episode before last week
Yeah,
was
the
that good.
Crow one wasn't anything special.
it was a Raven.
Oh, sorry,
Who
the
cares?
Raven.
Clara's death was just like.
I didn't think it was anything special as such. I just thought
It
that
wasn't bad.
it wasn't bad.
I mean-
I thought last week's was amazing.
Oh, last week's was like.
See,
Fantastic.
you two liked it, but here's
Right.
my problem. Here's the problem I had with it is that I called everything. That it was built as
okay,
this
not
kind of
everyone
suspen-
is you.
All right, it built as this kind of like suspense mystery, and I'm like, I kind of got it all.
Okay, but if we're talking about the most well-written episode
Oh, yeah,
in the
sure.
series,
Look, it's not. That's
Most
I always use
well-written
this
Capaldi
analogy.
episode.
It's like being the best footballer in Scotland, right?
Dude.
It's like that's a bad bunch to be the lead of.
but if we've had constant,
It's like he's the most disagreeable terrorist. I don't know. What? It's not a good pool to be the head of. speaking of pools, we got a new Deadpool poster.
Yeah, we did.
Did you take a look at it? I know we looked at
It's
it
a
last
butt.
night.
It's a butt.
I can't. What's the caption for it? It's like.
Hold on. I think it's badass, smart ass, great ass.
Yeah, so it's just him striking a pose with his butt, which honestly doesn't look that good. Which I think the fact that they didn't accentuate his butt in that poster makes it even funnier.
It's perfect.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
It's very Deadpool.
Apparently, there's a new trailer coming out soon for it. Are we excited for?
Yeah.
That's only 3 months away.
Absolutely
2 months,
excited.
maybe.
Yeah.
2 months away ish.
I'm excited for it to be a good film and for us to move on from that, so that everyone can stop asking for a bloody Deadpool movie now.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, because it's like they're not going to stop. They're going to keep wanting more until Ryan Reynolds
there's already
dies.
a sequel in the works.
After the trailer was
seriously?
released
Yeah.
a week, they went,
Oh, God.
we want a sequel. You've not even got this one yet.
Yeah, they've already queued up a sequel. Last bit of news.
Poor Ryan Reynolds.
Chris Miller and Phil Lord are looking for their Han Solo, for the Han Solo standalone origin-y film. They are looking at pretty much everyone for it.
Yeah.
Literally, like
Chris Pratt in there?
Even us.
they've even us. No,
I'm actually the new Han Solo.
no.
Oh.
I just got a
Yeah, if
a
you
text from our Scottish stepdad who said, "What league is it that Middlesbrough are in?" I think that's some kind of retaliation to
Yeah.
my football comment.
Yeah.
I apologise to the footballers of Scotland, but yeah, so they're looking at everyone because they said they don't want to rule out anyone. The youngest they've gone is 16, and the oldest they've got is 36. So there's a wide range of people to view.
That makes me feel like they haven't written it yet.
No, they've written it, but it's flexible, is what I'm hearing. They just want to get the right person for the character, which is great.
Right,
So,
okay.
with that, we're going to take our first break of the show, after which we'll be straight onto our film talk, which this week is all about the prequels. Enjoy this song. It's Talk Show Host by Radiohead. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to what's the name of this show? Film for Thought, live on Blast Radio.
Good job.
Where
buddy.
today we're talking all Star Wars, all the prequels, which are not good. Just to give you a little reminder, you can join in the conversation at any time if we ask you questions, or if you just want to ask us questions. Tweet us using @FFT_podcast on Twitter. So this week, like I said, we're talking about the prequels. So let's before we say what we think of the prequels, I want to go to our special correspondent, Mr. Jar Jar Binks. What do you think of the prequels?
This is very, very bad.
I agree, Jar Jar. They are very, very bad.
You having fun there?
I'm having so much fun with the soundboard,
Like, you
man.
generally sat down and went, do you know what we need? We need Jar Jar.
Yeah,
Don't
we
make
said
everything not
we
fun.
need Jar Jar Binks sound effects. It was the first thing I said when I said we were doing prequels week, wasn't it, Katie? I said, get Jar Jar sound effects. And what did she do? Within an hour, she had me like a soundboard, and it was amazing. It was probably faster than an hour.
It was
right?
probably like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, it was really fast turnaround. So we're going to go through these, through the 3 films in order of their release. So we'll start at episode 1, and then go to 2, and then go to 3. So
We have notes.
we have a bunch of notes. In at number 1, I make it sound like I'm ranking them, but I'm really, really not.
Yeah.
The first of the prequel films was The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Sense the tone in the room.
I mean, this is going to be the tone for all 3 of these, but like,
This is probably the... well, no,
for,
it's not
for,
the worst.
for me, this is the least disagreeable.
No, you're wrong.
No,
Um,
it's the worst.
No, it's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
It's-
Not by a mile.
Episode 2 is the worst, but we'll get to
Episode 2
So
is
basically, the way we're going to
garbage.
do this is we're going to break down what's good in each film and what's bad in each film. So let's start with the good from episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Connor, have you got anything that you think was really good from
Well, I mean, you
Phantom
made
Menace?
me write these lists, so yes, I do.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to make it like seamless so that people didn't realize we were reading from notes.
Oh well, we are reading from notes. Spoiler alert.
Right,
like-
fine. What is the first note, Connor?
It's the reactor room fight between Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And Ewan McGregor.
and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, both of
They're
them.
both there.
Ewan McGregor's there like, you don't eat meat. Because he's Scottish.
Now
that's
they're
a
all
joke.
lightsaber fighting. He's there. My gift is my song. And
That's a Moulin Rouge joke. Taylor, have you seen Moulin Rouge?
I have. I just didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, right, okay. So that reactor room fight,
That's
that's pretty dope.
it's intense. Yeah.
I just used the word dope unironically.
It's like the first serious example of where the lightsaber battles in the prequels have gotten better than the original trilogy lightsaber. Like that's the one thing that the original trilogy does not have over the prequels, right? Is lightsaber fights, with the exception of the Yoda Dooku fight, which is just
No, that's bad.
that's just
Oh,
purely
you mean
bad.
compared to the Yoda Darth Sidious one?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, I
no,
totally
that's-
forgot
yeah,
about that.
Where they're like fighting in the Senate
Oh,
and they're
God.
falling down all the
And
pods. and
Yoda
he's
ends
like,
up in
"Do
a
it."
vent shaft. Oh, I forgot about all.
Do it. No, that's not in that. That's earlier in that film, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Right.
So that's Qui-Gon Jinn's death in those
Yeah.
films is pretty
weighty.
great.
It's weighty.
It hits you. It hits you like a lightsaber to the stomach. Too soon?
Nah.
No, it's been
No.
like 17 years.
Do you know
It's
what?
not.
Do you know what
It's
is
been
bad in the
16.
first episode?
What?
Midichlorians, which I've only
Oh.
just found out are spelled like that.
I don't think that's spelt correctly.
No.
Midichlorians, right? What was the thinking behind that?
Midichlorians. Like,
Here's the thing.
Do you think there was any thinking behind that, or they went, let's just make it
I
some
don't
kind of
think
weird
there was anything.
micro?
I don't think there was
biology thing?
any thinking behind it, and I've come to accept the idea that George Lucas doesn't know what he's doing anymore,
Not even a little bit.
and that's why basically in my head canon, right,
in your head, go on.
midichlorians are not the thing that causes the Force. They
Not
are a
even-
symptom of it.
They are a symptom of it. No, I don't even.
They are a
rate them as
byproduct
a thing.
of the Force. They are a thing
Like,
that.
because he's like, oh, look at his midichlorian count. It's way over 2,000. It's like, what does that even mean? This is not something we're familiar with. You've just thrown this random.
I mean, clearly
excuse
that
for-
doesn't mean Anakin is that great because Goku's is over 9,000. I can see the soul leave Taylor's heart. Look how dead he looks. Look how dead you all look
That
after
was
that.
I
joke.
wanted to get up then.
Just leave.
Can't do
Like, I'm
this.
done.
Enjoy-
I'm done.
Enjoy
How many
prequels, mate.
fandoms can you annoy?
Oh, believe
All
me,
of them.
I can do
All
a lot
of
of
them.
them.
So let's jump. I don't want to talk about the midichlorians too
pod-
much. Let's
right,
jump back
pod
over
racing.
to the good. Go
Pod
in
racing.
order of the notes, man.
No.
Don't throw me off
No,
like
I'm messing
that.
with you. I'm messing
No,
with
we're talking
Pod
about
racing.
Darth Maul.
you. Pod racing.
Hey.
All right, let's talk about pod racing.
Since it comes before Darth Maul anyway. in the-
Oh,
in the
you're
actual
gonna
film.
stress me into my death.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
idea.
gonna die on this show.
All right, Qui-Gon.
Is that what killed him? Not the lightsaber in the
stress.
stomach. It's stress.
It's the stress.
He's like,
It's
man,
just
I
Just like Obi-Wan, come on,
just
man.
Please,
You're
I'm
just
tired
like
of it.
you are such a crappy apprentice,
Yeah.
man. Get it together.
So the pod racing scene. That's a really good sequence.
It is.
We were chatting to someone last night, Mr. Tom Williams, and he said that was his favourite scene from the entire three.
Yeah.
In the entire three of the prequels.
Probably because there's Sibulba. Hey, Sibulba.
Dude,
Right,
this
can I just
film is
Throw
racist.
this out there. Sibulba is absolutely those cockroach things from Men in Black, but grown up, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Absolutely what they
No,
are.
but I mean, let's address this before we go on too much about
Yeah.
the pod racing thing. The film's ridiculously racist.
yeah,
Like it finds a way
It's-
to create an alien race that is typical stereotype of a particular race in the real world.
yeah.
It's ridiculous, right?
It's
To be
You've got-
fair, it is a galaxy far, far away.
and that makes it okay, I guess,
Yeah, I
does
mean,
it, Taylor?
that's-
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No,
It's still
but you've
racist.
got the problem with Watto is supposed to be this Jewish stereotype, and he's
Yeah.
obsessed with his money, and it's disgusting.
It is.
It's really bad.
It's awful.
What was George Lucas thinking? He was like, oh, and then we'll have the Trade Federation, all the people involved in trade. They'll be Chinese and Japanese.
Yep.
They'll all be Asian.
Yep.
But they won't be Asian, so we'll get away with it. It's
But we'll
like-
give them Asian voice actors.
they weren't even. Were
Sorry,
they?
no. They were impersonating.
It was ridiculous. Bad
Oh.
George Lucas.
Also,
Shame.
and then because we couldn't offend enough cultures, quite possibly, they went and had the Immaculate Conception.
Oh, what's up with that?
I thought
right?
Anakin is Jesus, apparently.
So, for those who don't know what we're referring to, because me and Taylor missed this until we rewatched.
yeah, I didn't even
Menace.
notice this until you pointed it out.
So they're talking about Qui-Gon Jinn and Shmi Skywalker are talking about
Shmi.
Shmi, that's a name.
Yeah, First Mate Shmi.
Like
Shmi Skywalker.
Okay. Yeah, Shmi
So from
Skywalker.
the Captain Hook.
No, that's Smee. I know it doesn't sound any different because I've got a lisp, but the one without the sh and then the one with the sh. Shmi.
Okay,
Oh,
what's
forget it,
what's
right.
the one without the sh?
Smee.
Say more
You're
S's.
saying the same thing.
There is Smee, and then there is Shmee.
Okay.
Oh, right. It's
anyway.
funny. I've got a list. 8 episodes of this show, and we've only just discovered I've got a list. Oh, it's all so funny. Let's make fun of the host. Let's make fun of the guy who writes all your paychecks. Ha ha ha. No one gets paid for this show. It's so we've got what were we talking about? Yeah, so Shmi and Qui-Gon Jinn are talking about like, oh, so Qui-Gon Jinn's like, oh, where's Anakin's father? And she's like, there is no father. And me and Taylor sat on the sofa. We were like, what?
But then
What
the
did
thing
they
does
just
that
say?
mean?
There's no father.
no
Anakin
father.
has no father.
But then it went on to imply that his father was the Force.
Yeah, it's right. It's that
It's
stupid.
so stupid.
What?
It's so dumb.
That's
George Lucas. What were you doing?
Come on,
like
George.
it's just daft, right? That's such a bad moment. Anyway, let's move back to pod racing for a minute. That sequence is pretty intense.
Oh yeah. It's
Why did you air?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's in the prequels. I'm
Oh
sorry.
right, yeah, fair.
It's an intense sequence. It's great, but the point is that it's pointless to the story.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, it's kind of inconsequential, but it's a cool sequence.
Like it's supposed to be like the way they get Anakin off Tatooine. It's like the big payoff for that sequence. But the
Should've
point
just
is that there are so many ways that you could have gotten around having a pod race sequence in there that like there's literally no
No.
point to it. Like
Let's
there are
do
other ways
a
to get-
a cappella rendition of the next best thing from the prequels. Let's go. Oh god. Whoa.
Katie's gonna strangle me. Okay.
So the musical score from Star Wars Episode 1 is probably the most incredible thing. It's pretty great.
She looks mad.
Katie looks really mad at you, Connor, because you blew out the... Apologies to all of our listeners who had their ears and their brains melted just now. That we're very sincerely sorry, but what we were trying to say, we were trying to do an impression of
I'm gonna
Jewel
go
of
and
the
sit on
Fates.
this. I'm gonna go and sit on this step.
Okay. We were trying to impersonate Jewel of the Fates from the Star Wars Episode 1. Taylor, are you a fan of John Williams' score?
Yes.
Good, I'm glad you're here to talk talk extensively. Come back in, Connor, because we need you because Taylor's just not good at talking about stuff. Music.
Oh, okay.
You're a fan of the music.
Yeah. Oh god, the prequel trilogy music is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it's still not to the quality of the original trilogy because that's pretty hard to imitate, but it's still amazing music. Like I can't even remember what's the name of the piece from the second film that is played during literally the worst scenes of the film.
Oh, during all the romance scenes.
Yeah, it's like there's an amazing piece. It's possibly the best piece of music in the prequels.
I
As well.
couldn't tell you. I couldn't even impersonate it for you, but I know which one you're referring to.
Yeah, it's just the music is fantastic. in
You
the
made me
prequels.
wait down in the good bits that the Naboo starfighters are cool spaceships.
They really are.
They're all right.
They-
We had
They're
I
cool
remember.
ships.
I remember distinctly once that
We did.
our mother
Yep.
made us bangers and mash in the shape of a Naboo starfighter.
Oh yeah.
And it was
awesome.
quite honestly the most magnificent meal.
It was awesome.
Mum, when we come down for Christmas,
Can we have that again?
can you make us?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I want that.
All huddle around the fireplace that you've made from a little child's corpse.
Excuse me?
Good lord!
You could have at
So-
least kept it topical and made it like.
Let's
with
address the Gungan
Jar
shaped.
Jar.
Jar.
Let's address the Gungan shaped elephant in the room. One of the worst parts of not only Phantom Menace but of the prequels in general.
And of Star Wars as a whole.
Oh, come on. Oh, bring it on. Come on.
Oops.
It's Jar Jar Binks. I'm not a fan.
Oh, it hurts.
How rude.
How rude indeed. But you know what? I would be less rude to our humble host Jar Jar Binks if he were a better character. Right?
Katie,
How
this
dare you.
this doesn't link into anything we're talking about. Can we get soundbite number 9, please? Because I just want to hear him say it.
Okay.
Crazy.
Thank you. Like
So
Yeah, but he's supposed to be the new Chewbacca, guys. Come on.
that was the intention.
was that actually what you were
Yeah,
saying?
So that was the
No,
plan.
not really, no.
That was the plan. Was that he would be?
How many do you have?
We have nine. We have 9 Jar Jar Binks sound effects. This has just descended into chaos. This episode.
really
food
has.
for thought. Yeah, so he was supposed to be like the answer to Chewbacca. He was supposed to be something that the kids could get, could like enjoy, something that adults would find cute, I guess.
He
And what upsets me is
maybe was a Darth.
It was intended to be something bigger. He was intended to have a much bigger role in the prequels.
I honestly, I believe the start of the Darth Plagueis theory. I just think that there's no way they could bring that back, and I'm not gonna dwell on that. But I believe
we talked about it last week, so if you want to know what we're referring to, there's a Darth Jar Jar theory that we went into at length last week. So check it out on YouTube if you're on YouTube. But
it holds a bit of weight, but not a lot.
Not a ton. So they wasted Darth Maul, right?
Yeah,
that was a shame.
That was a shame.
Just left.
They
cut
wasted
in half
everyone
at
in
the
the
end of
prequels.
Yeah, and also Brian Blessed.
They especially wasted Brian Blessed. The King of the Gungans. What was his name? What was the character's name?
Brian
Blessed.
Blessed.
No. It was.
Wasn't it like Bosnos or?
It was Boswas.
Something like that.
Something stupid.
Well, I mean, that's Star Wars for you.
Jar Jar Binks,
you're trying to tell
Captain
me Kylo
Takwas,
Ren,
and Big Boswas.
Poe Dameron. Like, these are stupid names. That's just something that...
Star Wars
Wedge
is good at this.
Antilles. Like, these are just... It's
Plo
a staple.
Koon.
It's a staple of the Star Wars franchise. So let's move on. So before we move on, let's assign a numerical grade out of 10. Phantom Menace out of 10. What would you say, Connor?
5.
You're going to give it a 5,
Dead
Taylor?
5.
Like a 4.
4. I would say 4 as well. It's not the worst. Moving on to the worst. Second in the series, Attack of the Clones. I figure let's go through all the good bits first and get it out of the way because there's really not a lot to dwell on. So again, the musical score is pretty good. Like we mentioned before, there's that one song that's
one of the best pieces in the prequels.
Decent.
Yeah.
And also we wrote in our notes the Cantina-style bar scene.
Yeah, something I didn't realise until a recent rewatching of it is one of the opening scenes where they're in a bar dealing with the bounty hunter that's been set after Padme.
Zam.
That's the bounty hunter's name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what's going on in that bar scene is actually extremely reminiscent and really reflective of the Cantina
Just the
scene.
entire of episode 4, really. It's got a bunch of
it's got a lot of like it still is sort of what would happen if you crossed the Cantina scene with Blade Runner, but like it's got a lot of that vibe, that sort of intense. You've got like this just character surrounded by creeps and weirdos and criminals
and
just
the death
everywhere.
sticks guy.
The death sticks guy.
You want to buy death sticks?
Honestly, I'm not even mad. That's actually pretty funny, that scene.
No, you don't want to sell me death sticks. Nah, I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life? Yeah, I want to go home and rethink my life.
Honest to God, not even like I don't even like that. Ironically, I just like that dialogue.
It's a good little.
Dialogue.
It's a good little exchange.
Are you okay,
It appears to have-
I just love it.
Also, that dude has like bug antlers.
He
does.
your impression. I want to go home.
I want to go home and rethink my life. Hey, little laddie.
Oh God.
You also wrote Camino, which I
Yeah.
disagreed with. I think Camino, the planet, is pretty cool. I don't like a single thing that happens on that planet.
You really don't.
No.
You don't like the fight between Obi-Wan and Jango Fett.
Nah.
You don't like just the general aesthetic of the planet is cool. The
Yeah,
fight
it looks
between
nice.
Obi-Wan and Jango Fett is pretty cool.
I thought it was a nice idea. Like, oh, we've just got these
Yeah.
clones. Oh, this has been in development. Oh, look, aliens. Oh, like
yeah,
it
the
was...
Kaminoans are like one of the coolest aliens in the prequels. They are. They're certainly cooler than the ones from the third film that are being held hostage by Grievous.
They ain't no Jabba the Hutt.
They ain't no Jabba the Hutt.
He's got his own palace.
He does.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff that I don't think I want though.
He's got Princess Leia.
He did have Princess Leia. There's also the battle on Geonosis, not the Colosseum.
Not the Colosseum, not the Dooku Yoda Obi-Wan.
Anakin,
You mean the
Anakin.
one in the factory?
No,
No,
God,
God,
no.
no.
That's in our.
The assembly
Awful
line
thing.
scene is just.
No, we're just saying when they get out of the Colosseum and it's all the clones and the kind of just the scale of
Okay,
that
yeah.
scene is pretty impressive.
It's the first and like biggest display of like the force of the clone troopers as a military. It's pretty intense. You've got like Jedi giving orders. You've got like ships everywhere, just droids and bug people. It's great.
Mm. So that's all the good things. Literally, that's all
That's
we
it. That
managed
is
to
all
write
we've got
down.
on there.
So after this short break, we're gonna talk through all of the things that we don't like about Attack of the Clones, and trust me, it will be a lot longer of a section. So, in our queue next for this break is Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal. Welcome back to Film for Thought. That was Flightless Bird, American Mouth by Iron and Wine from the soundtrack to Twilight. The first one.
Because we hate you.
Because we just want to remind you that those films exist. Before the break, well, actually, before we start again, I just want to remind you can join in the conversation anytime you want on Twitter at FFT_podcast if you want to tweet at us, or if you just want to use the hashtag, it's hashtag FFT on blast. So, before the break, we were talking about all the good parts of Attack of the Clones, and we got through it in about 20 seconds. Yeah? I'd say that's fair.
Yeah.
So, now we're going to talk about all the bad stuff in Attack of the Clones. Hayden Christensen.
Did you honestly like?
Are you alright, Connor?
Sorry, my Facebook's just filled with food porn right now.
Right.
And
Can you just turn off the food porn for a minute?
I'm so hungry.
Hey, if you're hungry, why don't you have a CGI pear?
Oh no, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
So for those who don't know what
I'm
we're
never
talking
going to
about,
eat again now.
good for you, because you haven't seen this piece of garbage. But the worst piece of CGI in any
God.
film
Yeah.
is... So Anakin Skywalker and Padme are across the table from one another in Attack of the Clones. There's a romantic dinner scene, and he lifts half a pear.
And when you say romantic dinner scene, what you actually mean is vaguely psychotic dinner scene, because it
It's a
includes
little bit
Anakin
Stockholm
Skywalker.
Syndrome-esque, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
she's being kept there.
It really does. She looks so uncomfortable throughout it all, and he looks absolutely menacing. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
So I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Jesus
Yeah, so that CGI pear thing. Anakin Skywalker lifts this pear. The pear has no physics, right?
Nope.
It glides onto Padme's fork without even, like, there's no resistance. She doesn't, like, stab it in. It just
Slides on.
It's like they couldn't be bothered. It's so bad. So you're hungry for some CGI pear?
No.
No, neither am I. So Hayden Christensen is one of the
What
worst
I am
parts about
hungry
Attack of
for,
the Clones.
though, is a chicken buffalo style cheesy bread ring around a. Look, I need to stay off these food websites,
Yeah,
man.
dude, you're making me hungry now, and I'm not. That's not what. I'm not about that life. So, like how I'm trying to get us onto a point. Hayden
Sorry.
Christensen, he was bad in these films, in Attack of the Clones specifically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Dreadful.
he was so wooden, and it's like
Dude, that gives Wood a bad name, man.
I hate them. I hate you. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's from Attack of the Clones, isn't it?
I hate
It's like
them.
I hate them. I killed them.
You cannot call him a wooden actor
He sounds like
because I have seen birch trees with a more dynamic emotional range.
dude Plank from
Like,
Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, I know, man. You can
Like,
seriously
he's got more.
I want a
emotional range.
supercut of Star Wars Attack of the Clones now, which just has Plank's face put across any scene with Anakin Skywalker.
Instantly improved. 10 out of 10
Yeah.
film. Would watch again. Would recommend to a
Just the
friend.
whole. Actually, I want it for every part of the prequels. Everyone is Plank.
Everyone is Plank.
Especially
like-
Jar Jar. He's two of Plank. He's
See that? Yeah, look, Kate. I said to Katie every time we mention him as a punishment, she has to play a sound effects because we need to not spend too much time talking about how bad he who should not be named is.
Oh,
This
talking
is
about Jar Jar
too
Binks.
much fun.
Yeah, no, don't say him
I was
again.
talking.
It's like Beetlejuice. He'll arrive.
Will he?
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks.
Oh
Jar
no,
Jar
he's
Binks.
here. Ah. Stop!
Oh my
Stop!
god.
It's like getting punched in the throat.
It is kind of like the audio equivalent.
It's
to being
like
punched in the
getting
mouth.
punched in the throat, but it takes you longer to recover from it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think part of the problem with Hayden Christensen in this film is that A, he's a terrible actor. Well, yeah, that's true. I'm deciding with myself whether
He's not.
or not
He's not a good actor.
He's not a good actor by any
He's not
stretch
a
of the
bad
imagination.
actor. He's just not a good actor.
And also, he makes it too obvious that he's going to turn. Like,
yeah,
I don't like the fact that he's just like
he doesn't turn. He's
a
evil from
whiny-
the
yeah,
start
he's
of
a
episode 2.
He's a whiny Darth
He's
Vader,
evil the whole time.
right? Would you
Yeah.
agree, Taylor?
I guess he's not evil. He's just weird.
A moany little
He
boy.
is just moaning like, oh, my mummy and pretend daddy. So shut up. Just
Pretend
shut up.
dad. Yeah, oh yeah, because his dad is
Strike-
the Force.
he
Dad is
strikes
the
me as the
Force.
kind of character that would probably wear a fedora and hold the door open for
Why
literally
does no
only
one-
white women.
Why do
you.
girls not like...
Did I just miss an insult?
Yeah. What? Better to let it flow under the radar.
Hey, man, knock
So
up.
another really bad scene is the Colosseum fight scene, right?
Ugh.
It's not good.
Oh,
It's a
the edit,
CGI
to be
crap
fair,
fest.
The edit we watched the other day was
Oh.
the worst.
So me and Taylor accidentally watched the special edition, like the
Yeah.
extended cut of Attack of the Clones. And if you ever wondered, could it get any worse? Let me tell you, my friend,
It can.
it can.
Ooh, it can.
The cuts were weird.
Do you want to know the best thing about Attack of the Clones?
Nothing.
I saw a supercut where someone took the giant bull creature from the Colosseum and cut it over the thing that tramples through the picnic they're having. It's just amazing.
That's funny. No, but yeah, the special edition was really, really hard to watch. It had weird audio cuts. It had barely even finished CGI.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were watching like an unofficial cut or
Yeah,
something.
like there
Surely it couldn't have been released by Lucasfilm.
There were deleted scenes in there that were just stupid. Like, I don't want to care about Padme's family. I don't
Yeah,
care
like
about
you
these
actually
people.
see they
What?
filmed stuff with Padme's
Yeah.
family.
And, like, it's just stupid.
It's just dumb. Why? No.
What? No.
No, ma'am, no. It's just bad. So the Yoda fight in Attack of the Clones with Christopher Lee.
I don't want to dwell on that for too long.
I don't want to dwell on it for too long either. It's just...
Yoda shouldn't be doing this. This is not a
yeah,
Yoda
he was
thing.
all flipping all over the
And-
place. And
I feel like even they should have left Yoda's fight with anyone until the third film, where he actually went,
Even
do you know
then-
what? Do you know what? But they shouldn't have wasted it on Darth Sidious.
No, even then, I don't think he should. He should not touch a lightsaber. Yoda should not touch a lightsaber. Don't you dare! Don't you stop it!
Sorry. We're a film
Stop it.
away from those impressions.
Oh God, I don't want to do those impressions.
I'm
but
Me
so
and
I'm
Taylor
gonna
are going to
have
do nothing but those impressions.
That's all we've done
So
since
prepa-
watching.
Seriously, we watched
Do it.
episode 3 and all we've been doing lately is just
Do it. Do it. Do it. Strike him. Get him. Strike him down. Good, Anakin. Your trade. Do it.
I think we should just move on to the third.
So they
film,
they wasted
because-
Christopher Lee in Attack of the Clones. as
Oh,
well,
yeah,
didn't
yeah, they
That's
did.
like, and
They
why
literally
did they do
wasted
the
him in the third
CGI? Why did they do the CGI face Christopher Lee?
Oh,
So
God.
obviously Christopher Lee can't do fight scenes. So don't write fight scenes and then cast Christopher Lee if you know he's too old to do fight scenes. Don't CGI his face over.
Speaking
a
of
stunt actor.
terribly motion tracked CGI faces, like not Star Wars, but you know the Captain America Civil War trailer. There's a shot where they've really badly motion tracked Tony Stark's face onto Iron Man. Like no one seems to have noticed this but me. It's so bad. You literally see his face go.
Well, look, it's early.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's early. There's still a lot of time to go. So we mentioned it before. That assembly line factory scene.
It's
So like
trash.
Oh man, Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
Oh, I forgot about that line. Oh, because he loses his lightsaber again for like the 5th time
Also,
in the
can
series.
we talk about how somehow he gets his hand
Yes.
molded into molten metal?
Yeah, Taylor said that to me. He turned to me and went, "How is his hand not destroyed?"
He's just like, oh no, this is inconvenient. I'm like, no, you've lost your hand. To
It
film
feels like they
early."
were half. It feels like they were halfway through writing him losing his arm, and then realized, oh
They
wait,
were like,
we can't
"Oh no,
do
we
this
should
yet.
do this some other time." So
It's
let's
like
do
this
it
is
in
not when this is supposed to happen.
Oh man,
It's just so bad.
it's not good.
Also, die Jedi die. That's something we need to talk
C-3PO
about.
getting his head put onto a droid.
It's
Ugh. It's so
don't
dumb.
laugh. Don't encourage it. Don't encourage it.
C-3PO
It's so stupid.
in the prequels is so annoying, but then
Yep.
again, we've been watching the original trilogy, and he's pretty annoying in those
Yeah,
too.
but nowhere near as annoying as in the prequels.
Oh, definitely not.
Nowhere near.
Definitely
The
not.
point is, his character has a purpose in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't like the representation of British people in those films. They're like, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
"Well, we hate C-3PO, and
Yeah.
we are
Yep.
British.
I say so. We are totally screwed.
R2.
That's from Without a Paddle. Have you seen Without a Paddle, Taylor?
Yeah.
We have a
Oh, we
song
should
from
watch it
Without a Paddle
sometime.
today.
Yeah, we're playing a song from it in a bit. So we touched on it a little bit. Did anyone actually want the Anakin Skywalker Padme romance?
No.
No. But I suppose he had to have children at some point.
Yeah, like I get it. You have to have a love interest, but like, why do you have those two characters who don't work. She says no repeatedly, and then suddenly at the end of Attack of the Clones, she's like, okay, let's get married.
And there's a 20-year age gap.
Yeah.
Like,
What's up with that?
That's
right?
illegal anywhere.
No, that's not true, Taylor.
Shh, you're wrong. You're wrong.
We should move on to the third one because I've got something to
Well,
say
I have
overall about the prequels.
I
at
have
the end of
one
this.
more thing to say about
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones. Is that quote, I don't like sand. It's too rough and coarse. Do you know what bothers me the most about that quote?
They're
Not only
talking
that it's a
about sand
ridiculous
in a Star Wars film.
Not only that it's a ridiculous quote and it's out of context and it's a terrible
He's from
line.
Tatooine.
And it's that's it.
He's
That's
from
exactly it.
Tatooine.
He's
It's
from
just
a planet
clicked.
of sand.
He's from literally a desert moon.
How does he?
What?
What do you mean you
Sorry,
don't like
it's not a
sand?
desert moon. Sorry, it's a desert planet.
What do you mean you don't like
Well,
sand?
You've been surrounded by nothing but sand your entire life.
Surely he's got used to it. I don't like sand. It's rough
Yeah,
and coarse.
If anything, surely he misses it.
Yeah.
Like, he's been away from it.
You haven't seen you actually go back to Tatooine and don't complain once the entire time you're
And
there.
also, I find most sand, unless it's got like rubbish in it, is actually quite soft.
Yeah, it's powdery. It's nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
We're not
just...
talking about the benefits of sand here. Welcome to Geology for Thought.
Ah, we made the joke. We do at least one of those jokes every single
Yeah,
week.
it's getting out of hand now. We should stop.
So, before we move on to Revenge of the Sith, let's give Attack of the Clones a rating out of 10. We'll go around the room the opposite direction. I will give it a 2. Taylor?
About 3.
2.
3.
Let's move on.
3? A 3?
Yeah.
That is so generous.
Generous. Actually, I'm going to say it. 1.
Nah.
I'm going to say it. It's a 1.
No,
Because not only is it a bad Star Wars film, it's a bad film.
It is a bad film.
I
and
would-
a bad Star Wars film.
If I had paid to go and see this at a cinema, this might have been the first film I ever walk out of in a cinema. And I didn't even walk out of Fantastic Four, the new one.
You mean
Fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
I just need you to remember that when we talk about
Yeah, sorry.
Fantastic, we use the term
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay? I just want to make that very clear.
But yeah, I might have walked out, you know. I might have done it.
It's really bad.
It's awful.
I would still give it a 2.
I'll give
Taylor
it-
gives it a 3.
I'll be complimentary. I'll give it a 1.5.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
With that, we
Yeah.
will move on to our final film of prequel week. If you're not very smart, you won't have guessed. We're talking about Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Lost Limbs, because seriously, they cut off about 50 limbs in this.
Yeah, a
bloody
lot of
film.
limbs go in this film.
You know how people say the 13 limb decapitations of Star Wars? In this film, I count
It's
at
like
least
10.
like 40.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
It's- yeah,
Everyone
it's a bit
loses stuff.
intense.
Legs
Hold on
and
a second,
arms
I'm gonna
everywhere.
yawn, bear with me.
And like, poor Christopher Lee, man, he loses 2 legs. Sorry, he loses 2 arms and his head. Like, what?
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, they kill Christopher Lee.
It's
Whoa.
been 10 years.
10 years.
Oh,
no,
dude, it's
Taylor,
been
what
10
are you
years.
doing, man? Why would you
Wait, hold on. Bear with me a second.
I'm not that old. We are not that old. Are you okay, Jake? It's going to be okay.
That was a bit of a culture shock. It's been 10 years since...
10? That's a decade.
10
Yes,
years.
it is. Well done.
Well done. So what was good about Revenge of the Sith, Connor?
Space battles?
The space battle
Space
at the
battle's
beginning was pretty decent.
Don't think the vulture droids were necessary.
No.
Not the vulture droids. What are they called? The little
I know what you mean.
bug.
Buzz droids?
Is it buzz droids? The point is the ones that latch on and start having a fight with R2D2.
You
That's
get
Oh,
not
the
yeah,
necessary.
story
yeah.
in like a minute.
Yeah. They're not necessary, but, you know,
Yeah.
little complaint. But the space battles are great.
Yeah, they were decent. The lightsaber fights again in this film are
Yeah.
pretty good.
Absolutely.
Especially a scene that we'll talk about in more detail come
Because
Battle
it-
Royale time.
Because it's amazing.
Yeah,
That
well,
seems
don't
right.
say that, Connor, because it's not your Battle Royale pick. Yeah,
Is
there's
it
some
not?
good...
Were we not talking about my Battle Royale pick?
No. Anyway, let's move on, because unfortunately we're going to talk about what's
Oh,
good.
right, sorry, no, I
We're
was
going to
on
talk
about a
about the
different
good
one.
bits of Revenge of the Sith in the Battle Royale,
Yeah.
because both of the moments that have been picked off from this, so we won't dwell on it for too long.
Yeah.
General Grievous was okay, though. I think we all agree on that. Although
Yeah.
he was, I didn't like his cough. Like, why
No.
was he so ill?
Yeah.
he was old.
I'd-
Was he? Was that ever established?
I think so.
See, you don't even know.
General Grievous is a
We
case
were
of
like-
good.
Yeah, but we weren't really paying attention when
No.
we watched it. No one was.
General Grievous had some good animation, but like the CG once again doesn't hold up the same way nothing else in the prequels holds up.
And then, like, I like the bit at the start when he's like, "I'm old," and then suddenly when he's fighting Obi-Wan, he's this weird fast spider thing.
Yeah.
You're like, what is
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Damn, man.
Stupid
So
story.
let's move on to the bad stuff from Revenge of the Sith.
Um,
So the first
what is
note,
that?
I'm going to read it very dramatically. Anakin Skywalker, child slayer.
He kills kids.
You're
He just
so
straight
wrong.
up kills kids.
This bit is so necessary in the film. I
Yeah,
think
it's necessary to the story, but also he kills kids, man.
yeah.
There are
It's-
ways they could show this
No.
transformation
No.
into an evil
Can
dictator.
we just talk about the fact that Taylor just went, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good, I'm glad he killed those children.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, right, this part is necessary to show, like, what is more evil than killing kids, right? Killing puppies, right?
I'm
And he
just
didn't
gonna-
have puppies.
I'm just going to throw it out there, right? Probably blowing up Alderaan, which he does.
Yeah, he does do that.
There are
no,
other-
no.
There are other...
Grand Moff Tarkin is the one who blows up Alderaan.
Yeah, he
Correct,
just chills
okay.
back. in
But the
his-
point is,
his
there
robot
are
arms.
there are evil things that can be used to show this progression into an evil character without
Yeah,
having
you
to
don't
kill
have to
kids.
kill a bunch of
Nope.
kids, man.
Also, the reason I hate this scene so much is the kid in the scene.
like,
Master
what are we gonna
Skywalker,
do?
What are we going to do? What? I'd have killed that kid.
Shut up!
I'd have killed that kid
It's like,
just to shut him up.
Why are you so bad at acting?
That's Rich coming from Hayden Christensen.
Oh,
Why
it's
are
a
you so
joke.
bad at acting,
Ow.
kid?
Yeah.
Zoom.
That's-
Right.
The Order 66 scene.
I like how you put it in your notes, but we can't actually read out your notes here because you've sworn in your notes.
Yeah, I wrote a
Use
swear word in my
profanity.
note. Now, the Order 66 scene is good, and we'll talk about it more a little bit later.
It is good.
But some of the Jedis go down like
Oh, yeah.
Just
Like a
wimps.
naughty word that we
Like
can't read off of
wimps.
your
Okay.
your
wimps,
notes.
like female
right.
dogs.
Well,
They go
that's
down
the
like
bad
real
bit.
wimps.
The Order 66 in general it's pretty effective. Like, yeah, the Jedi's
Yeah, I know, but, like,
dreadful, but
None of them put up as much as a fight as
Nope.
I thought they would.
Especially considering how many of them we see in other scenes just taking down like whole
Exactly,
armies
they
themselves.
ruin droids, but suddenly because it's the clones.
like if we compare them to the second one in the Colosseum, you're like,
yeah,
yes, you're all
exactly.
great. And then
It's like, where was all of that Colosseum stuff?
like, oh no, like the
Oh, no.
stormtroopers can't hit anything, and then like, but you can hit Jedi's. What is this?
Yeah. It's just, yeah. One of my notes here is just Palpatine through the whole thing.
Yep.
So, let's address one of my biggest issues, is that...
Anakin, I'm so weak. Anakin, I'm so weak.
Do it. Do it.
Unlimited
Power!
power.
Welcome to Quote for Thought.
Hey.
Little Annie. Yeah. This is just derailed into a quote fest. Yeah, so could we talk about the fact that Palpatine... There is never a doubt in anyone's mind that Palpatine is Darth Sidious, right?
Nope. Everyone knows.
Like, there should have been... You should have at least tried to make it mysterious for new viewers.
in the whole of the third film, even in the Star Wars universe, I'm convinced the only people that don't know he is a Sith Lord are the people on the Senate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And Anakin, I guess.
and I know Anakin realizes pretty soon on.
He
there's no way
realizes
he
way
doesn't.
too late in the game, and then he goes and warns
I
Mace
think-
Windu.
I think
and
he
then
realizes-
even after he's warned Mace Windu, they both agreed that he's evil. He still
Yeah,
kills Mace Windu
yeah.
because it looks like he's gonna kill. Where's the logic?
But no, Anakin probably figures out that he's evil like right in the first act of the film, and then goes, "Oh wait, I'm evil too. Crap," and then just sort of rolls with it.
Oh no!
Staring
maybe-
at this skid, I'm
maybe
gonna become
evil
Darth
too.
Vader now. God damn.
It's just not
It's
good.
just no.
You've
got
Do it.
is my next note. Let's just go
Do
through
it.
all of the really awful quotes from this film, shall we?
okay, yep.
So number one.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
So those who
Strike
don't know,
him
it's
down.
from the sequence where Anakin's got Dooku between two lightsabers, and Palpatine is watching on, totally not evilly looking on,
No.
going.
Do it. Kill him. Strike him down. Do it. Complete your training.
It's just. And he's like, it's
In
not
the-
the Jedi way. It's like,
Do it.
In the same way that a chav eggs on a schoolyard fight,
exactly.
Palpatine
No, but the thing
sits
we
there
said when we
and
watched
tells
it,
Anakin to kill
The thing
Dooku.
me and Taylor said when we watched it was like, Anakin's got the blade to his neck, and he's like, "Oh no, I shouldn't do it. It's not the Jedi way." All Palpatine says is, "Do it," right?
Yeah.
And he goes,
And he
"All
goes,
right."
"Oh well, now you put it like that. Sure, I'll kill this man."
because you're my master and you basically own me.
Exactly.
Like,
Clearly.
he's got no power on him.
You have no power here.
That's from Lord
Oh,
of
I've
the
just
Rings.
looked down at the notes at the next point.
Do you want to move to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So why does Anakin Skywalker choke out his pregnant wife?
He murders her. He
He
murders the
basically
crap out of
murders
her. Like
He chokes her,
He just picks her up and force
force
strangles
chokes
her.
her, and she's pregnant with his baby
Twins.
with twins.
With twins?
Twins, Basil. Twins. That's an Austin Powers
That's
reference
an
for
Austin
you.
Powers reference. Just what is going? What?
Where was the logic behind
George, please.
it? It's just not.
I think George Lucas was in a dark time in his life. You know,
I think just. Do you reckon these are just lined with subtext?
I don't know.
And that there's a
man.
lot of stuff
let's
George
not
has
get
problems
into
with.
that.
No. Skip over this
We'll just end up
topic.
Back to the Future again. And
Oh
just,
no, let's not. So the last couple of notes before we move on to the final segment of the show. There's two quotes that are in one of the best scenes from this film, but also both bother me very
Yeah.
much. So
Yeah.
the number one is, "I have the high ground, Anakin." When has that ever been a tactical advantage in a Jedi
You
fight?
see them flipping and
You see
jumping
they
up like
flip
4
all around the place.
stories.
Never has the high ground been an advantage in a Jedi lightsaber fight,
All
right?
he can do is stand on a ledge and sort of poke Anakin.
Like, it's useless, Anakin. I have the high ground. Don't try it. And then he jumps over it, and sure enough, he gets
I've
cut
seen
in half.
arguments made that he was talking about the moral high ground, to which I just responded with, "That's crap, and you know it."
Yeah, that's not
so wrong.
Absolutely not
Like,
what he's talking about. He's like,
shut up.
I am physically above you in stature.
Yeah.
And then also, a great line, but delivered really poorly. I hate you. I hate you. You were supposed to bring balance to the... I hate you.
You've got Ewan McGregor in this brilliant scene, and then Hayden Chris is like,
Can you just talk about how, like, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was actually one of the better casting choices of the
I'd be
whole
careful when you're
franchise.
saying that. You might incriminate yourself later in this show.
No, he's a great casting choice. I said nothing about the use of the character.
Oh, okay.
He's a great casting choice, though.
So yeah, before we move on to our final musical segment of the show, give Revenge of the Sith your rating out of 10. Remember,
I give it a 5.5, 6.
Taylor.
yeah, I give it about a 5.
Yep, I give it a 5 too. So, in summation, our rankings: Attack of the Clones is the worst. Phantom Menace is the one in the middle.
Yep.
Revenge of the Sith is the best of the worst. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair to say. Okay.
Can we just, as a whole summary for the prequels?
Yeah, sure.
Right. We didn't need to see them.
It's
Why
true.
did they make prequels and not move on to making more stuff in the universe?
We needed 3.
We maybe needed 3, but
Episode
a much more
3, yeah.
condensed version of 3. It did not need to be as long as it was.
Yeah, you could have done that in 20
You could have
It
done
did
all
not. It
three
did
of
not
these
need the
films.
politics of the rest of
Like
the universe.
trade federations.
If you
and
want to
stuff.
show the politics of the Star Wars universe, do it in the extended universe materials,
Yeah,
so
you're
that
right.
we can keep the films being like this amazing quality thing. Like,
You're totally right. So, that's the end of our film talk segment. Just for anyone wondering, are we going to talk about the original trilogy? Yes, we're going
Yep.
to talk about the original trilogy. Taylor will be back next week with us. He's not going anywhere just yet, but I figure I'll
Not
say
by
it now.
choice.
He's going to be back next week, and we're going to talk original trilogy next week.
yeah.
So, let's go to our musical break, and then we'll be back with Battle Royale segment. This is Mr. Blue Sky by the Electric Light Orchestra from the soundtrack to The Magic Roundabout. Welcome back to Film for Thought. Just a quick message before we move on to the Battle Royale. Happy birthday to a certain Anthony Mulgrew,
indeed,
who happens to be our father.
yeah.
So happy birthday, Dad. You're not listening now, but you will be watching tomorrow.
You're really
if you
old.
don't, you're a bad dad.
You're really, really old.
How old is he now? Like 52?
55?
He lied to Sarah, his girlfriend, about his age.
Yeah, absolutely
He did.
He
He
did.
absolutely
It's
did.
amazing.
So, I don't look. She was like, "Oh, I thought you were 52 already," and he's like, "No, no.
And we're just there like, you
Wait,
are.
I thought he was. I don't look. I'm not even sure he knows how old he is nowadays.
I'm pretty sure he's 68. Okay.
Basically,
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Jesus, for Christ's sake, man. What? Can you not? Please,
it's time
just,
for
like,
Battle
10 minutes.
Royale.
Hello. I'd like to play a game with you.
Welcome to our final segment of the show
You
called
need to
Battle
stop
Royale.
making fun of our parents, man.
It's the final segment of the show called Battle Royale,
Yep.
where we fight. Fist fight. Go! No. Come on. Don't actually fist fight.
I didn't know what I froze.
So, the way that this part of the show works, for those of you who are listening for the first time, I have given both Connor, my co-host, who is representing Team Hosts.
Hello.
I have given Connor a question. I've also given Taylor, the representative of Team Guests. He's not going to say anything. I've given them both 2 questions,
Sorry, I
which they have prepared some answers for, and we will find out those answers, and then they'll get to argue about which one of them is right and which one of them are super losers and not cool, and also maybe a little bit smelly. So, without further ado, let's move on to round 1. I love that bell. I love it. Round 1.
Bell.
And the way this works is we usually go to team guests first. So, Taylor, you'll be going first. Taylor, what is the best character in the Star Wars prequels?
Tonight, Matthew. That was the stars.
Katie, do you get that joke?
It's a stars in their eyes joke.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was
You
too
went-
busy
you went-
worrying about
you
you
went-
guys blowing the mics again.
Tonight,
Oh.
Matthew. Oh, shady. You went, tonight, Matthew. It's a stars in their eyes thing.
Anyway,
I got it. Don't
Okay,
worry.
cool. So, Taylor, best
my
character.
chosen character from the Star Wars prequels is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah,
Go on.
You're supposed to make an opening
Give us
statement
a little
here,
bit of
mate.
an opening statement.
that was the opening statement.
Is that it?
I picked a character
Oh.
is the opening statement, basically.
Why
Okay,
Obi-Wan?
if I'm picking Obi-Wan, it's because Ewan McGregor just makes those films. Like, most of the performances aren't exactly the best, and you've got these stupid jokes in the whole film franchise that are just moronic. But he comes in and he's just serious from like start to finish. He's a serious character with emotions, and he's a great mentor. He's a great Padawan at the start, and he just becomes this great character, and just I love him to bits. And he's my bae. He's my ginger bae. He's the only ginger I like. Jokes.
Sorry to all our ginger listeners.
I don't know what to say now.
So,
yeah.
Connor, to you, best character in the Star
I
Wars
kind of
prequels.
don't even want to argue my character. I just want to argue against what he said.
Oops.
What?
No. So my wasn't even relevant.
I know. I
What did you-
wanted to press a
What-
button. I just really wanted to.
How would? Yeah. So my character choice is Darth Maul, and the reason I have picked Darth Maul is because he is the character that best fills his role in the prequels. He is meant to show the Force, this sort of like sorry, not the Force. He's meant to show like the strength of the dark side of the Force. He's meant to show how terrifying and ominous it can be. He comes out of nowhere. He's this unexpected, terrifying threat. He's a physical threat and a psychological one. They never know where he is, how close he is, or who he's working for, what his motivations are.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2
Who
work
does
for?
number 2 work for?
Basically, yeah. No, but he's just...
Who throws a shoe? Sorry, now I'm on Austin Powers now.
He's a character that best fits his role within the prequels.
Okay. Those are some excellent opening statements.
You mean
Taylor, your retort.
I mean, he's great for the 15 minutes of screen time he gets. I mean, Obi-Wan is in each 3 films, and he grows a beard. Like, what is your growth?
I mean-
red horns? No.
They're not red. They're just bone.
Mother's just bone.
Excuse me? What did you just say about my mother? Can you stop insulting our parents for like 10 minutes?
That was
please?
an accident.
That is the lowest of blows we've had in the battle
In the
royale.
battle royale, normally it doesn't get
It's
that
resulted
petty
in
till the second
personal
question.
insults. Well, do you know what, Taylor? I think your tattoos are a bit crap.
Oh!
Coming from the Mass Effect fade away.
Ooh, tattoo attack. Welcome to Tattoos for Thought.
Right.
Stop it! Stop that!
So, Connor, Taylor says Darth Maul isn't in the films enough.
Yeah, well, I say that Obi-Wan is in the films too much, right? It's a Darth Vader origin story. Obi-Wan detracts from this a lot of the time. Like, it becomes mostly about him. And aside from that, you say that he's just good and serious all the time, except the fact that he has a lot of really stale moments. Like, a lot of his lines just do not land properly. They're like, what are you looking at me for? You've got a really dumb smirk on your face.
No,
Jay.
I want to contribute something, but I know that I'm not allowed to contribute
Wait
stuff
till the
that
end,
could
wait till
hurt
the end.
someone else's argument, so I'll wait.
And one of the bigger problems I have with what you've said about Obi-Wan is that he's a great Padawan at the start, except the fact that he's a crap Padawan. He's actually one of, like, the worst Padawans next to Anakin. Like, seriously. He constantly questions Qui-Gon's decisions, right? He doesn't know what he's doing. He gets his master actually physically killed, like killed dead, just dead on the floor,
As opposed
with
to
a hole in
killed
his
alive.
chest, right?
Go on, so he was killed dead.
He's killed dead. Just killed dead.
Okay.
But no, he's such a bad Padawan. He's unorganized. He's way too passionate, which leads to his master's death. He cannot concentrate in battles. He's basically what Anakin is, like, scrutinized for being. And
All right,
then
I want to hear from Taylor. Taylor, what's your response to those criticisms of Obi-Wan?
I'll let him go.
We all make mistakes, Connor.
It's true. You've made several mistakes on this show.
I mean, that was rude.
Excuse me? The host is getting involved with personal
Oh,
attacks
sorry.
now.
No,
Get out
no,
of here.
It's Taylor. Taylor, what's wrong with Connor's argument? So he's saying that Obi-Wan is not a good Padawan.
He's a crap
and even
Padawan.
are likening him to
Well,
Anakin Skywalker.
Darth Maul's not a good Sith. Let's be honest.
Except he is. He's
That's a good question. What
Is
does
is
Darth
he-
Maul achieve?
Wait, no, I'm not even done. Right, let's be honest. Right, so fair enough. He kills Qui-Gon. He kills an old man. Whoopie-doo. Like, we could all do that. It's easy. Like, we just have to jump out from a doorway.
Boogity boogity.
Right,
And he just had a heart.
he's not only right, he's killed Qui-Gon, but he's got Obi-Wan hanging from a cliff.
Cliff?
Cliff.
Yeah,
Like,
a cliff in a
he's-
generator room, you fool.
He's hanging off something. Either way, he's hanging there, and he could easily just go dead. Like, he's got a stick made of pure energy. He can just go,
Except,
dead.
I've never heard a lightsaber described in such a beautiful
except
way.
that's not the point of his role. His role is
stupid
to
role.
slow the Jedi's progression. Like, Palpatine...
What?
Listen,
What better way to
listen,
stop the
listen,
murder?
listen. Not stop, slow. Palpatine wants the Jedi to become justified and start killing people and become this authoritarian, like, dictatorship. They don't want the Jedi completely gone. That would ruin the point. The point is to stop the Jedi coming back by showing how they are corrupt in nature and that they are hypocritical. And Darth Maul is supposed to do this. He's supposed to slow them so that Palpatine has the chance to get his plans into line, to get all the pieces on the chessboard in the right place, to take the king checkmate.
Okay, Taylor, I want to hear a closing statement.
He's not attractive.
He kind of is, actually.
Yeah.
Do you think Darth Maul's attractive?
For a red, I nearly said horny dude. Oh yeah, I just
said it
did,
anyway.
yeah.
So let's just commit. So a
Yeah.
red horny
So
dude.
for a red horny dude, he's kind of hot.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Also,
okay.
he can do flips. You
Hey,
can't.
I asked for Taylor's closing statement. Taylor, what's your closing statement?
Obi-Wan is and always will be just
Stale.
the best. You're wrong.
Taylor's not going to interrupt you during your closing statement. Don't interrupt him. Connor.
How rude! Don't do it, okay? Don't do it.
Look, if you don't want to play the sound effects, don't mention it.
I didn't say his name.
Connor, your closing statement, please.
Obi-Wan has stale moments that don't land. He's an inconsistent character who does not fill his role correctly within the film. Darth Maul does this. He's an intimidating threat. He is this constant presence throughout the first film, and his death actually carries some weight. But also, on top of that, Obi-Wan had plenty of opportunities to kill Jar Jar Binks and just didn't. So
Oh, you mentioned him.
I'll take the sound effect. I don't even care.
Excuse me.
That's too many.
I love this episode.
It just keeps coming back to him. Oh, do you know his real fault?
But yeah, no,
It's
that's my
Jar
fault.
Jar's.
Oh, you said it.
Crazy.
You said it. Right, that's the end of round one. Hit the buzzer, Katie. That's a very loud buzzer, Katie. Thanks for that.
Why not just have the bell again?
No, because
bell
that's
is the
the
start
start
of
of the round.
Yeah, but bells end rounds in the fights too.
He's right.
He is correct. He's right, you know.
That's from Harry Potter and probably other things. So I know
don't
who
like
my
you
winner
either.
is. I will say to give a little bit of feedback. Taylor, you probably could have gone more on the offensive. I'm disappointed you didn't go a little bit more on the offensive. I also feel like you have no idea why you're defending Obi-Wan, but whatever.
I like him.
Connor, why did you not? If you're talking about moments that fall flat with Obi-Wan's character, why did you not mention the take in Episode 3 where he's like, "We found the Anakin. He's killed younglings," and he like covers his mouth and he laughs. He actually laughs, and that cut made it into the film.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot about
He's
that.
like killing younglings.
I can't wait to rewatch that. 'cause
Oh,
I
it's
totally
so
forgot about
good.
that.
It's
I totally
so good.
forgot about that take.
Oh, it's
So yeah,
the
I know
best.
who won that round. Let's move on to round 2.
How many rounds do we have?
2.
Oh, that makes sense.
You've been on this show
Mate,
before,
you
Taylor.
played this game.
Well-
You danced this dance.
I wasn't listening.
You've forgotten all the
What, the entire of the last episode? You listen to the show as well. You have no excuse.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so we come to team host for the first answer in this question. So this question, round 2, what is the best moment in the prequels of Star Wars? I should clarify.
Oh, yeah, it goes
Yeah,
to me
team
first.
host is you.
Sorry, my apologies. Yeah. So I have picked the Order 66 scene. From Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, go ahead.
In which we see Emperor Palpatine
Do it.
commit his first big act of evilism.
Do it.
Evilism.
Love it.
as the newly elected Emperor of the galaxy.
Do it.
He orders all of the clone troopers who are currently escorting Jedi Knights.
Execute
To-
Order 66.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We get
Sorry,
it.
Do I have to mute your mic?
No, sorry, go on.
Please shut him up. Right. We see him give the order for all of the clone troopers currently escorting Jedi Knights to execute the Don't you dare! I'm looking at you. Don't you dare!
I'm
say
not
it.
saying. Look, do your thing.
To
Some would
execute,
say
to
he
execute the Jedi Knights.
Ordered
to
66 death.
Taylor, please.
He ordered more
guys,
than that.
guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
And in this scene, we see this, like, genuinely heartbreaking moments. Like, montage is probably the wrong word. It sounds a bit too energetic for what this is.
Gonna have a montage.
He's right. Even Rocky had a
Yeah. Okay,
Go
so
on.
It is a montage, though. That's the
Yeah,
sad
it is.
part. Like,
Yeah.
of these Jedi Knights being struck down by the clone troopers that they were there and they trusted and they were working alongside. It's
He
like,
trusted them. He was their friend, and he betrayed them.
Jake, this is not Harry Potter, damn it.
We'll get to Harry Potter week sometime.
Damn, man.
What?
We'll do Harry Potter week. You can
can't-
come back for
come
that.
on then, Taylor. Jesus.
Some would say I'm basically.
So I've
your
heard
new
enough.
host.
I've heard enough. From
Have you? I didn't get through my point, but oh well.
Taylor,
'Cause you're
what's
wrong.
your best moment from the prequel films?
Do it.
My best moment in the prequels has to be the Obi-Wan versus Anakin fight in Episode 3. The
So we've both gone with
final
episode 3 scenes.
Yep.
It's 'cause
Which
the only
is
one that's
because-
Only
reasonable
ones
to
with
watch.
emotion.
Yep.
I like Obi-Wan.
That's the argument again. No, come on, Taylor. Why is that better than the
I'm
Order
gonna say
66?
because, like, let's be honest, it's the end of these awful prequels, and it really summarizes. Like, you've got this crazy character development between each of the characters. You've got like they were basically friends, and then they turned into brothers,
And then they turn into planks of wood. What happened?
yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And then suddenly it's just like, I hate you, and then let's just kill each other for no apparent reason, and it's great.
And you're defending this as the best scene?
Yeah,
It's a pretty
I
good
love it
scene.
because there's lava, right? Every video game with lava is the best video game.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What actually is Obi-Wan trying to accomplish during this scene?
He's trying to stop him.
Yeah, he's trying to stop him, but he's also trying to murder him, which is against the code. Like, if he does this...
Taylor,
The
does he
Sith
actually
win.
make any attempt at Anakin's life?
No,
No,
not at all.
not even once.
Yeah,
mean,
except for the part where he
right.
cuts off all his limbs and
Nope.
leaves him in
No,
a
doesn't
river
kill
of
him.
lava.
Jacob could back me up
Doesn't
on
kill
this
him.
one, right? He never actually tries to hit him, right?
Okay, so what
'Cause
is
the
he
lightsaber
doing?
stuff. Am I right?
He doesn't capture him, and when we see him mortally wounded and left for dead by Obi-Wan, there is no progression of events further
Yeah,
between the two
exactly.
characters.
He doesn't kill him, right? But he doesn't.
He
want
cuts
him
off
to
his
live.
limbs and leaves him for dead.
Yeah, he
If he's-
doesn't want him to live, but he can't kill him himself because it's too personal for him.
So what is he there to do? There is literally no motivation for Obi-Wan in this scene other than to go and have a really overly emotional conversation with Anakin Skywalker that isn't even consistently over-emotional.
Yeah, I'll admit, the whole point of that film is basically, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. But
It's like a parent.
Exactly.
But it's done well.
Exactly. Do you know what they could have replaced this scene with? A very, very angry phone call. And to be honest, the delivery of some of the lines would have held the same weight.
I hate you.
Exactly. There
You
is
were
no
the
point for them
chosen
to
one.
be fighting.
You were supposed to bring balance
It's another
to the
case
Force,
of
not
just.
destroy
It's
it.
another case of George Lucas's necessity to make everything a spectacle. It doesn't need to be in like. There are ways you could have done this without showing this. It's a lightsaber fight above a river of lava.
Say what you want, though. Anakin Skywalker went down better than most of the Jedis in Order 66.
I was
Right.
just about to ask
I mean,
Taylor what makes.
Let's be honest. You said it
The
yourself.
that
a
fight
montage. They killed off some of the best Jedis in
Yeah,
a montage.
exactly. It's emotional. It's terrifying. Who wants to see this look on anyone's face ever again, Taylor? Who wants it?
That is pretty heartbreaking. So Connor's just thrown up an image.
Of Kai Adamundi, one of the best Jedi, during his death scene in Order 66. All of these characters, even if we haven't spent a lot of time physically speaking with them, we can see the actions they commit, the strength of these characters, the will and the trust they have in these clone troopers, and they are betrayed. It is terrifying. It's emotional. It's crazy to think that all of a sudden these people who you were literally just fighting brothers in arms style with could turn on you so quickly because of the influence of this person who is not even able to be held accountable for his actions.
Okay,
at
but
least
that's
not
the
for another
same
30 years.
as Obi-Wan versus Anakin.
Is
They're
it?
brothers in arms. They were like brothers.
They turn on each other. There is nothing that these
They
characters
turn on
can
each
do.
other because of the same man.
But the point is, they turn on each other. There is nothing these characters can do to resolve their issues. They are killed in cold blood. Good. There is. Did you just?
Oh, Connor takes that as a personal attack.
It's terrifying. Look, my closing statement, right?
Oh, we're not at closing statement time yet. We've still got some time. I want to hear more.
Okay, well, go to him.
Taylor, you
Go on.
brought up a very good point just there. It is a very similar in theme to the Order 66 thing, but why is it better at conveying that theme than the Order 66?
The whole point of the last scene is it's just this. Like the start of the film, the start of episode 1, you've got this meeting of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and Anakin's just a boy. He's just a helpless young child who doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And then at the end of this film, you get these two brothers that have just grown up with each other, and they've been with each other the whole time, have just suddenly turned on each other, and Anakin's mind has been shut up.
No, because here's the thing: it's not a sudden turn.
It
Because
is a sudden turn.
as they meet in the first films, they hate each other. Well, I mean, Anakin doesn't hate Obi-Wan,
He's a
but
child.
Obi-Wan hates Anakin right
But
from
he
the start.
takes him under his
Everyone
wing.
hates
Because
James
Qui-Gon has asked him to, because he has more love for Qui-Gon than he does for Anakin. This developed trust is built on a really crappy foundation of mistrust and,
So are most
and a
relationships.
forced relationship between Qui-Gon and Anakin. It's not...
I feel like we didn't get much of Qui-Gon anyway. He was just a man with a beard.
Okay. That is the end of round 2. I had to defer to Katie on this one because that was actually quite well thought by both of
Don't
you.
bring me into this.
I deferred to your judgment. What are you guys doing?
Just apologising to each other.
I love Taylor so much, man.
You guys like...
Every week I'm like, I feel so bad for this because everything he says is true. And,
Well played, Taylor. Well played.
It was a good,
good fight.
hard fought fight.
But seriously, who wants to see that look again?
It really
No,
is
I'm
pretty
devastating.
in the prequels.
So, that is the end of Battle Royale, and it's time for the results.
Do we have no sound effects?
No.
I thought we were going to have a sound
that
effect.
was-
You made it sound like
that
it was
was
filmed
the
or something.
results.
That was stupidly dramatic. What's wrong with you?
Because look, I'm trying to create some drama.
No, Jar Jar sound effect.
Oh, you said it. Now she's got to.
Why is it when I do like the quick prompts, she is always the slowest to respond?
Oh, we.
Because she hates you.
There you go.
Okay.
There's your Jar Jar Binks sound effect.
Thank you.
Oh, I said it again.
Can we get the not really no, please? Number 6.
No, not really, no.
Okay, thank you.
With that, you saying he can't have it, or?
No, not really, no.
So, round 1, I asked you both who was the best character in the prequels. Taylor, you told me Obi-Wan Kenobi was the best character in the prequels. Connor, you brought Darth Maul to the table. I can tell you that the better argued point, although this is not my personal opinion, the better argued point came from Connor.
Yeah, that's okay.
So Connor will take the first point of the day.
We're all winners, really.
So that's a yay for Connor. So, round 2, I asked you what was the best moment in the prequels. Connor, you said the Order 66 scene, the execution of the Jedis.
Yep.
Taylor, you said the Obi-Wan versus Anakin fight. I thought this was a well-argued round on both points. You both did really well, so I had to defer and get some extra help from Katie. And me and Katie both agreed, whether this makes our job harder or not, we both agreed that the point goes to Taylor. So you know what that means?
Yeah, it means that you guys are biased again.
No. If she was biased, she'd be voting for you, wouldn't she?
No.
So, we need a tiebreaker. So I need to very quickly come up with a film.
You're good at this.
Pokemon. Sorry.
So
You're really good at this.
Let's do...
Actually, you're not. You're bad. In fact, you are sound effect 1 kind of bad.
This is very, very bad.
Why does he say berry?
Just sound effects 1 through 9.
Because he's such a bad character.
Okay.
It's awful. Jake?
Someone
You
tell
got
me... We'll go to Connor first. No, we'll go to our guest first. Taylor.
What?
What year did The Little Mermaid come out?
Who cares? Like, who? It was like 1950. I don't know, something like that. Who cares?
Okay. 1950 from Taylor. Connor?
I'm going to go with 1992.
Do we do closest without over, or do we just do closest?
It's just closest.
Oh, is it just closest? Connor wins!
Like, obviously.
Taylor.
Was it 1991?
1950.
I don't care.
No, it was 1989.
89.
I knew that without
Well,
even looking
I
at
was
the
in
IMDb.
3 years.
She's a 16-year-old girl princess of the sea who goes, I don't want to be a princess anymore. I want to have no tongue and fancy this man I've just seen. The film's stupid.
Whoa.
I don't care about the
Whoa!
mermaid.
Just you watch your tongue, my friend. That happens to be someone in this room's favourite Disney film.
she's
It may or may
16.
not be me. It's me. Well, that and Beauty and the Beast.
Really? That's your favourite Disney film?
Yeah.
Can we get the battle beds down, please? It's a
Yeah,
little
let's just turn the
intense if
ba-
we're just talking about our favourite
Okay,
Disney film.
so that's another point for Team Host, which means, Connor,
Yep.
we're
The
tied.
scores are even. The scores are even.
And that's not me
Oh my
being
God.
biased. I mean, it was him
my
and his own
God.
skill. It's now 3 to Team Host, 3 to Team Guests.
It's totally easy, no?
Crazy.
Why do I keep
Yes.
losing? It seems-
Wait, hold on. Who won last week?
Wasn't me.
Yeah, Katie won last week.
Wait, so it's 4-3. Oh, we got really excited.
Yeah,
then.
no,
It's
sorry, it's
4-3.
4-3.
Oops.
So, that's the end of the show.
That is the end of the show. You are
That was a
correct.
really fun show.
It was.
I'm glad you came, Taylor.
Hey,
Oh, for God's
say that. Oh,
We did so well.
Wait, what happened?
You
What happened? I
just-
missed it.
No, just ignore it. He made a dirty joke. A dirty joke. So,
I have a question.
yes, Taylor.
Let's be honest. I should be like your official third host because I'm just the best.
No.
Okay.
No, not really, no.
These Jar Jar sound effects are killing me, man.
Oh, we're having these every week
What
forever.
do you
and
have
ever.
planned for next week's sound effects ones? Because you can't go back to.
No,
these.
we're going to still do Jar Jar. So next week we'll be talking
No,
original.
I'll just try and find some new Jar Jar Binks sound
Oh,
effects
no.
just to make
Different
you
ones.
just a little bit peeved.
So next week we'll be talking all things original trilogy Star Wars. So I didn't mention it at the top of the show. We're now doing Star Wars month. The month of December is Star Wars month. So next week is original trilogy week. The week after that It's very exciting. Me, Connor, and Katie are doing a special episode where we all review The Force Awakens. And we're so excited about this, seeing the film.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
It's
pumped.
gonna
Can you
be
believe how
good.
close we are?
Dude, we have tickets.
Yeah, we had
We have tickets, and they're not in, like...
Sorry, Taylor.
Hey,
we
you're
didn't
not
get
sorry,
tickets.
are you?
Not particularly, no.
This film is...
No, not really, no.
I gave you a hope.
You did give me a hope.
You were
Thank
the chosen one.
You were supposed
I
to
trusted
Brallad
you.
for the Brallad? Forget it. We're at the end of the show. I don't care anymore. So, thanks for joining us. If you want to get in touch anytime during the week, make sure you do on Twitter by using the @FFT_podcast or use the hashtag FFT on blast. Join us next week for Original Trilogy Week, and the week after for our Force Awakens episode. We'll be doing a live, a fun show with a studio audience at the end for our Christmas episode.
It'll be a special
but we'll
episode.
explain closer to the time.
Yep.
Right now, you're listening to Chase and Status End Credits.
Chase and Status featuring Plan B.
Featuring Plan B from the soundtrack to Harry Brown. It's a brilliant song.
Brilliant film.
Enjoy your weekend, guys. I'm going to go do some photography for an event and not get drunk. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Film for Thought. If you liked that, you should watch last week's episode by clicking here. And if you really want, if you really liked it, you can click Connor to subscribe. Wonderful. Also Taylor.